right. Okay, thank you all for being here on time. I stressed on being to class on time, and so last week I've assigned you an assignment as what we're gonna do in the second hour. We're gonna go over the video, and we're gonna do some group discussions. But right now we're trying to get this set up. So I would like you to remember that I have posted 2 different videos, right? You only need to focus on one as a group. So I'm going to give you some time to just, like group discussion time, go over and share what you've watched, what this video is about, and what you like about this video, just to begin with, okay? So I am going to give you, say, like 10 minutes. So each person, please share what you've, the video, the parts that you've viewed, and if not, then perhaps you could use this 10 minutes to quickly browse over the video for within that 10 minutes, okay? All right, so I see some new faces, and you're planning to take this class? Yes. Okay, so perhaps I need help with getting you set up. Do you know Ivan? Are you guys? Yes. Oh, Ivan, she's Ivan, right?
Yes.
Ivan, can you help give them information on like the platform and get them all?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Right now or?
Yeah, right now.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, we will send it.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our computer-assisted language teaching class, English language teaching class. And I love your group photos. Keep them coming with labeling your name so that I can know every single one of you. This Facebook page, the Facebook page is going to be where our main activity will be held, or the content of this course will be uploaded onto Facebook. Because we have some newcomers today, I'd like to quickly go through, a sort of introducing this guides. This is, if you go to our group, if you click on guides, we will have weekly guides. If you click into week 1 introduction, okay. This is where our syllabus is placed. Also, if you haven't filled in the course survey, please do so after class. This is a course survey. And in the group, week 1 task is to introduce yourself by setting a goal and that you like to pursue this semester, and a goal that you set for yourself for this class, okay? So week 2 guide would be, we're going to focus on SDGs lessons, and I have assigned you 2 videos already for you to watch before you come. And for the last 30 minutes, I'll be guiding you to a platform called Miro, and you will be doing screen captures and analyzing this video later on after I introduce several lessons to begin with. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Oh, love this. Group A. Wonderful. Group B. Group C. Wonderful. Great. All right. Group D, I need your names. No. I need your names so that I don't need to see this photo. I can, use this. I like it like this. You see? Come on, don't be lazy. photo editing is quick because, okay? And oh, I love this. This is like whose handwriting is this, or is that a font?
That's fine.
Oh, good. Oh, nice handwriting. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Group 1, Group I. Okay, wonderful. All right, so I am going to go to. All right, today we're going to focus on SDGs, and it's like I mentioned last week. We're gonna, by the end of this semester, we would like you to be able to design a lesson for our elementary school students, and it should be SDG focused lesson. All right, so let me start with this. Why SDG? I remember I mentioned this last week, a bit about this last week. Currently, for example, for like SDG goal, I forgot, is it 13, climate action? We focus on, there are people who are advocating, for climate action, and for this is one of the TikTok. How many of you have TikTok accounts? No? We don't use TikTok. How about Instagram? Mostly Instagram? Okay, because my son says for people who are still using Facebook, they're old people. So somebody was nodding. So I do have an Instagram account, but we can't upload course contents onto Instagram, so we're using Facebook anyways. So on TikTok, there's a trend, and this lady here, she commented about the Willow Project. It's an $8 billion oil drilling project in the northwest Alaska, and people in Alaska are against this because, if they start drilling oil, it's gonna bring more air pollution and traffic into the community. It's gonna destroy the beauty of Alaska, but at the same time, in the beginning, I think the Biden administration, they were, I think they just approved this project, although a lot of people are against this. This has been approved, so people several people were protesting against this, and the reason why it's been approved is that this project would produce about 600 million barrels of oil over 30 years, with a peak of 180,000 barrels of crude oil a day. Okay, lots of oil, lots of money, but more air pollution. All right, so we're trying to raise awareness of climate change and climate action. Oh yeah, it is indeed climate action for goal 13. So we have 17 SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals, 17 of them. You only need to pick one, okay, for your group. So identify one of the goals, and you need to know what it's about. And and I will be sharing you with some lesson plans that we've developed as part of the bilingual digital companion or learning group. They were implementing these lessons to 125 kids. Okay, so this is in Alaska, but this is in Taiwan. Okay. Do you know where Datan Algal Reefs is? Anyone? Where is Datan Algal Reefs? Where can you find Datan Algal Reefs? Do you know what an algal reef is? Yes, some of you do. Okay, so basically, algal reefs in Chinese is 藻礁. Okay, and it's you can find them in the sea coast of Taoyuan area. So let's take a look at this. I'm showing you an example of the lesson. Okay, your lesson, your video can be in Chinese, but when you explain it, it needs to be in English. Okay, you could show them the video, but at the same time, you could talk about this in Chinese. It's formed over 7,000 years. Okay, and you can see the livelihood in the algal reefs area. There's creatures in that area that are dependent of this habitat, and it's saying there's holes in them so that there's lots of creatures, sharks, and although sharks are big, but when they were young, they were dependent on they were hiding in these algal reefs area. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to go back to this slide. So you could show them a snippet of what the algal reefs is like and the habitats. And this is the picture of the algal reefs. Okay, it looks like this. It's reddish. It's reddish. Okay, so in the when you're introducing this to kids, especially in English, you really need lots of photos and pictures, still pictures, so that you can show them what it is. Okay. So what are algal reefs? Okay, and you can see algal reefs built. This is a photo of algal reefs. Okay, and algal reefs is a home to many creatures in the sea. There are some small holes for creatures to stay away from other animals. Crab, 螃蟹. Okay, so let me. I don't know if I could. Can you all see the screen here? Okay. All right. So you see, usually we do one picture, one photo, and that's all, and explain it in English. But what I would like for you to do for your final project is also, add on to some simple sentences so that students can read as well. Now, these simple sentences should be as simple, very simple, so that your kids, like 3rd to 6th graders, are able to read all of them. So which word would be the most difficult in this sentence? Which word?
Creatures.
Yes, creatures. Creatures. So it's okay to have this word here, but this is a creature and this is a crab. So creatures, you show them the picture. If you think creature is too difficult, replace it with something else. But I'll always have pictures so that you can show them. Our goal is for the students to be able to read these sentences and know the content of the this issue. And we would like for the issue to be based in Taiwan or your culture, so that we could relate. And okay, so what are algal reefs? They grow very slowly, so you need to tell them information about algal reefs. They grow very slowly. And what does this photo show you? Tell it to your group people, your group member.
Just stop where they grow very slowly.
Very good. So I could hear, what did you say?
They grow very slowly.
They grow very slowly. Can you tell me how slowly did they grow? Anyone? How slowly did they grow? Denise?
Yeah,
1 centimeter in 10 years, 2 centimeters in 20 years, so 1 centimeter, like 10 years, a decade, right? So, so why do we include this picture? Because it's easy to understand, right? So you show pictures that help students understand the concept. What is 1 centimeter, 10 years, all right? So they grow very slowly, but how slowly? Use photos and use illustration. What are algal reefs? Continue. Can you find them in clean water? Can you find them with not so clean water? What do you think? Clean water only or not so clean water? You know, coral reefs needs to be in clean water, but algal reefs can grow in not very clean water. Why does it say not very clean? Because murky, or murky is a difficult word. We are trying to use simple words to explain this to our kids. So use simple words, okay? So here, let's read it together. Okay, so we need a period here. All right, so when you're teaching the kids, you could ask them to read aloud together, okay? And clean versus not very clean, so that you know they are able to grow in not very clean waters. Okay. All right, so does coral reef equal to algal reefs? No, right? I just told you their habitats are different, right? So they're not the same. This is algal reefs and coral reefs and algal reefs. Not only do they live in very difficult, different habitats, but they are not the same. So usually we put, for every question we ask, we have them in text. Usually when we're teaching kids, whenever I ask questions, it's not on the slide, right? I would like you to add all your questions onto the slide, so anyone who see your PowerPoint are able to teach that. Okay, so add your questions onto the slide. Are they the same? And the answer is no. Oops. They're not the same. Why? Because coral reefs are animals and algal reefs are types of plants. Okay, so they're completely different. Okay, and so I think videos are very important as well. And I like this video, so let's watch this video together. 藻礁呢是由红藻门的壳状珊瑚藻累积形成的一个生。Okay, and I like it that it's in Chinese and English, some subtitles. Okay, if you can't see, I need to, okay, wait, like this. Can you see on your,
Yes.
okay, let's take a look at this together.
整个桃园海岸线有36公里，藻礁分布大概有27公里。
27 kilometers.
大潭跟往南的新屋那边的是唯一可以还有在成长，而且里面还有生物存活的郊区那样。
Many creatures.
藻礁呢是由红藻门的
algal reefs
累积形成的一个生物礁，不需要跟其他共生生物配合它们的需求，而是它自己就可以行光合作用，它就可以忍耐
Plant
剧烈变化的环
photosynthesis.
境。我们这个藻礁特别的地方是在一个沙丘的前缘。正常如果有沙丘的地方，不可能有生物礁存在。为什么在台湾沙丘的外围会有生物礁呢？要追溯到3万年前古石门溪它冲下来的砾石层，形成了一个
Wow, so
平
beautiful,
台，
right?
可以让壳状珊瑚藻慢慢的成长，形成一个很大片的生物礁。这个机遇不可能再重现。全世界如果要找到这样子沙丘跟礁结合的海岸，其实是绝无仅有。
So there's sand dunes and then there's the algal reefs.
珊瑚它需要很稳定的海岸，它一定是 资料海平面以下，必须要在盐度33%。水如果盐度变化很剧烈，温度变化很剧烈，珊瑚就不长。这里的淡水呢渗出来盐度绝对不会超过10%，涨潮的时候也是20%到30%，不会那么稳定。所以这么多条件限制了珊瑚，这里才会形成藻礁。有些珊瑚的生长是比较快，到1年1公分，藻礁要10年才1公分。这个地方呢，你只要一破坏掉，马上就积满了沙，这就是它的不可恢复性。台湾这么长的海岸线，只有桃园这个地方可以看到
It can only be found in 桃园。
累积起来的藻礁，其实非常非常的罕见。
It's very rare.
齐柏林导演之前有拍过一个从空中俯瞰整个红色的海岸线，全世界几乎就没有人有机会看到了。
Our red coastline. Okay, so that's it. So usually after we play a video, we would ask the students to share what they saw. So I want to go ahead and share what what important information did you capture for this video in your group. Talk to each other. Share what each person share 1 point, and it cannot be the same.
I will tell you that it's the same and
Okay, so usually, so I'm gonna number yourselves. Usually I do numbering, and I would call out one number, and and please answer the questions for your group. Okay, so if you're the first person, you're number 1. The second person, number 2, 3, 4. We usually have 4 in a group, so I'm only going to call out 4 numbers. If you're number 5, then you are number 1 as well. So your group will have 2 number 1s. Okay. So number 1s, please raise your hands. Number 1s, please raise your hands. Shelly, Leo, Yuffie, Rose, and Melody, right? And Ken. Okay. Number 2s, please raise your hands. I need you to know your numbers. Number 2s. Number 3s. Number 3s. I need to see 9 hands. Okay, good. Number 4s. Number 4s. Thank you. Okay, so I would like number 1s to share. Number 1s. Okay, the hand in the back. Yes. What important information? So what important information from the video? It can only be seen in Taoyuan. Very good. Yes. Trace back to 7,000 years ago. Number 1s.
it combines the sand dune and the algal free.
Very good information. Anyone else? Number 1s. Yes.
And it should be protected.
It should be protected. Very good. Okay. Please add 1 point to your group onto the our syllabus by your group. Okay. All right. So, where are the Datan algal reefs? This is where Datan algal reefs are. It's in Taoyuan area, and you can see that these are the creatures that can be found in the algal reefs area, right? And what makes Datan algal reefs endangered? So right now I'm telling you endangered. So endangered is a very difficult word. In a bilingual class, you could just tell them the Chinese. So endangered. What is endangered in Chinese? It's 濒临绝种的. Okay, so but also you could say that give them examples of what is endangered. So what other animals are endangered? What other animals are endangered? What? 云豹, very good. Which group is it?
The first.
Good, good. What other animals are endangered? Yes? 石虎, very good. Yes?
Polar bears.
Polar bears are endangered. Very good. Very good. 萤瓜公and gui, they're endangered. Yes? 穿山甲. Are they endangered? Really? Armadillo? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, thanks for your answer. Please give yourself one point to your group, okay? Thank you for sharing. So you know what endangered animals you know. So what makes Dantan algal reefs endangered? Okay, because we are building something here. So what are we building? Why do we build something by the beach? And this is the reason. They are building natural gas receiving terminal. Natural gas receiving terminal. So what is natural gas? 天然气. And we need natural gas because we need energy, we need power, and we are refusing to build another nuclear power plant, so we're using natural gas instead. And so we need to have a natural gas receiving terminal. And also another reason for building liquefied natural gas receiving terminal, and I'm going real fast here because to save time, but when you're teaching the kids, you need to slow down, all right? So to reduce air, because we need to reduce air pollution, and you could give them another video that shows you clean air energy. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward this. All right, so why do we build something like this? Because for thermal power plants, we build thermal power plants to make power and it reduces air pollution when we are burning natural gas. So this is why we need liquefied natural gas receiving terminal. And here we provide examples. Okay, to reduce air pollution, we build liquefied natural gas for energy. This power is often used for light, cell phone, computer, and TV. And we'll go on and ask students to provide other examples of what other when do we need power or energy? Okay. Think, is it good to or bad to build a LNG receiving terminal? Here, we would ask them to think. Usually we could say, think for 1 minute, think for yourself, okay? Take 1 minute, 30 seconds, think for yourself. Is it good or bad to build a LNG receiving terminal? Okay, right now think about it. Think about your answer, okay? What do you think about building a LNG receiving terminal? Power versus algal reef. So I would give you 30 seconds to think. Okay, 30 seconds to think. And we're thinking, power versus algal reefs. Taiwan needs power. We don't like nuclear power plants. People are refusing to build nuclear power plants, right? Especially when Japanese, they're dumping power plant waste, nuclear power plant waste into the sea, right? So we don't like to, have nuclear power plants, but we still need power. So we need liquefied natural gas. But they're building it in the areas of our algal reefs, right? So, all right. So right now that you're thinking about your answer, I would like you to share to one person next to you. Turn to your neighbors and share your answers.
And this
I think it's really hard to answer. I think building a LNG like liquid platform is better because if Taiwan don't build the LNG power plant, maybe Taiwan will face longer energy. And if you guys don't want to this one, maybe you should build a oil power plant. So maybe it causes climate changes and climate changes and polluted, like make the land polluted. So I think building a power plant is better. I think
All right, time's up. Okay, so each group's number 3. Number 3s. Okay, go ahead. I like that group. That group is always the first. What group are you? B. Group B. Yay. Yes. You think power is more important than algal reefs? Because it's not useful. It's rare, but it's not useful. Okay? Number 3s. Anyone else? Thank you for your answer. Yes? You're gonna choose algal reefs. Tell her. Tell her. Yes.
No, we just thought it's.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Come on. Give me.
Nature.
So, protect the nature is more important.
It might be difficult to, like, I don't know,
It's difficult to
manage, but
but very important. But she says it's no use. It's not useful. Power is more important. Anyone else?
I choose algal reefs because
Oh, one more algal reefs against Group B.
because it is unrecoverable.
And because it's unrecoverable, and I like his answer because he's using a vocabulary from the video. Wonderful, good job. Okay, yes?
We choose power.
Oh, wow, 2 against 2.
Because I don't think people cannot live without power.
Because people can't live without power. Come on, algal reefs group. Number 3s, come on. Yes?
But some of us choose algal reef because just like he say, we can recover.
It's unrecoverable.
Yeah, but some of us also choose power. But maybe we can choose other better place to build the terminal.
Oh, so their option is try to find some other sites, right? Yeah. Yes,
maybe you
Denise.
could use wind power.
And you could use wind power
Yeah.
instead. That's lots of different options. Wonderful. And I like that, opinions and group discussions and voice your opinions. And that's what we want our kids to, we want our kids to think about this issue. We want you to, get the kids thinking so that you could, there are different opinions you value each and every single person's opinion. You don't say no, okay? But you want them to start thinking about this issue. As you can see, people think power is more important. Algal reefs are, but some people think algal reefs are precious, and you can only have an algal reef. It formed in the past 7,000 years, and it only grows 1 centimeter per 10 years, and there's lots of different sea creatures there. So it's, I don't know, as a teacher, would you be trying to convince your students to say no to where do you stand? Do you think, when you bring up this issue, do you think that you want your students to think power plants are more important than algal reefs, or do you want to raise the awareness of life underwater and preserving the nature? You really need to have a stance, right? Okay. Oh, one more thing, and this is, you guys are very advanced in your English proficiency, but when you're teaching the kids, they might have difficulty discussing this in English. But that's okay, that's okay. You can say, I think power plants are more important. Use a sentence so that they could say it out loud. But for the reason why they think it's more important, they can express it in their native language. And then you can help them build their, trying to express it in English, all right? So, okay, so, but to build a LND receiving terminal, something happened. It changed the algorithm's home. You see, we don't use the word habitat. We use we use the home instead of a more difficult word. The sand will cover my home. It's hard for me to grow up. First person account from the algorithms, right? So, and this is like sand, okay? So you can, they can't picture what it would look like, so perhaps you could design a photo that, or try to use a different way to help convey the same meaning. All right, so I think I've introduced this part to you last week, and this is the Datan algorithms. What do you think about the lesson? It's raising the issues of algorithms and nature versus power plant, right? And we like them to get think about this SDG issue, life underwater. But we also had other topics, and today I would like you to focus on the refugee one and AMIS. Okay, so you've watched the videos, and when I was trying to demonstrate the first part of the algorithms, this is more lecture, but also I have paused it and asked questions, and I, allow you for group work, group discussions, and then sharing to the whole group. So there's different types of activities when you're trying to be more interactive. So these are the good elements that that I would like to stress. Okay, so I did go over some of the slides, right, from last week, right? Did I? We have used Nearpod. How many of you are familiar with Nearpod? No? Okay. But I do. Rod, I think you are familiar with Nearpod. So we asked students to go into Nearpod and show us where algal reefs grow in Taiwan. So they had to draw where Taoyuan is. So can you now draw where Taoyuan is now? It's this area. This area, okay? Here, this area. So how long was the coastline of our red coastline from the video? Anybody remember? What?
37.
Yeah, 37, bingo! 37 kilometers, wonderful, yeah. You're paying attention. And take a look at the vocabulary that they picked. They picked reef, marine. Marine it's pretty difficult. Endangered, and the polar bear, because polar bear is endangered. Rare, environment and pollution, okay? So these are vocabulary practices they built on Nearpod, and I would like for you to think about the tools that you want to use for your lesson plan, so that the students could practice their vocabulary or sentence patterns or some concepts. But I would also like you to devote time so that they could have discussions over the issue of perhaps nature versus power. Okay, and word wall activities. Create some questions. Okay, all right. So I think, and pair deck, allow them to write or draw, and you can also use Jamboard for this as well. Okay, so these are lots of different interactive tools that you could bring in your classroom. But you need to think about what is your purpose of that activity as well. Okay, do these tools fit your purpose of the activity or your goal of the lesson? Okay, all right. So right now it's 2:47, and I promised you that we're gonna start with ChatGPT. right? And so I would like you to, I'm gonna give back your screen, and I would like you to register for a ChatGPT account, and I would like to show you how I would like you to create 5 questions for the algo reefs. 5 question and answering part, the assessment for the algo reefs lesson that we have just went over, okay? Using ChatGPT. So right now, get an account into ChatGPT. I'm going to show you, if you go to Google, ChatGPT, okay, and get an account. You can sign in with your Google account. All right, so if you're ready, please look up so that I know you're ready. Okay, you're ready. Wow, wonderful. Okay, what I would like you to do, I just wanted to show you. Okay, with ChatGPT, you could design your lessons and the lesson, the suggestion that is created by ChatGPT could be your reference for designing the lesson. First off, I would like you to, I just said, like perhaps like 5 question and answering type of assessment for algo reefs, and then so that you could use that question and answer for a word wall activity or a Nearpod activity, right? So what do you do from here? So what you could do is perhaps you could say create. First off, you could try what are algal reefs? Okay, you can see, wow. Here, these are very difficult explanations of the 3 main types of algal reefs. But you need to know what algal reefs are. Remember the slide? We introduced what algal reefs are, right? So you need to know what algal reefs are and first. But this is not going to help you because it's too difficult for your kids. Okay? So what do you do as prompt? Any suggestions? Yes?
Ask for it for elementary school children.
But let's try that. Explain. Explain this to elementary school. And let's see what it. All right, imagine you're at the beach and you know that about coral reefs, right? They're like underwater cities made by tiny animals called corals. But guess what? There's another kind of underwater city, and it's made by a special kind of plant called algae. Okay? And we call them you could say algae or algae. There's 2 different pronunciations. And we call it algal reef. Right? Isn't this wonderful? And from this description, you can tell that it's giving information that coral reefs and algal reefs are different. Coral reefs are animals and algal reefs are plants, right? So, yeah. So now these algae, okay, are like underwater plants. Some of them make hard stuff that sticks together, almost like glue, and that's what builds the reef. It's kind of like when you build a castle with blocks, but these blocks are made of algae themselves. Okay, so you get the idea. This is for kids. You usually elementary school kids is good, but for EFL learners, for kids in Taiwan, this is still too difficult, right? Still too difficult. Try saying, explain it to a 6-year-old kid to get the language to be simplified, okay? Right. Explain this to 6-year-old kids. Okay, so you get Okay. All right, little explorers. Let's imagine we're going on an underwater adventure. You know about coral reefs, right? They're like magical cities made by tiny coral animals. But guess what? There's another special place underwater called algal reef. Okay. So now, so now it's like more suitable for 6-year-olds and perhaps for kids in Taiwan to be able to understand. Okay. Now you can see that these algal reefs are like cozy homes for all sorts of sea creatures. Fish, crab, and other small animals love to live there. These are very simple sentences, and I like these sentences because, and I could use these sentences in my PowerPoint. Okay. Now, what I would like you to do is try to create questions based off of this. So, create, let's say, 3 multiple choice questions. Okay. What are algal reefs primarily made of? A, tiny fish. B, special underwater plants called algae. C, hard rocks. A, B, or C? B, right? Okay. How do some types of algae help build the reef? A, they make underwater bricks. They hire builders to do it. They use magic. Okay. All right, C, why are algal reefs important for sea creatures? They provide cozy homes and food. They are fun places to play games. C, they make the ocean water taste better. Okay, so remember to choose the best answer for each question. Perhaps for this one, it's too obvious. This one, I don't like the options that they provide. You could give them prompts to twist it, okay? And also they're missing out on the information of like how fast does an algal reef grow, right? Add one more question on how fast do algal reefs grow? How fast do algal reefs typically grow? Very slowly, over thousands of years. They grow super fast. It depends on the type, but usually faster than corals. And that's wrong. Okay. And we would like to add, mention 1 centimeters cm per 10 years. In one of the options. More correct. Answer. Okay. It depends on the type, but usually about 1 centimeter per 10 years. Okay. But this then A would be very slowly. C would be depends on the type. A and C would be the correct answer. So anyways, I would like you to play with this, create the questions, but also I would like you to try ChatGPT and design a lesson. So the prompt would be on algal reefs, okay? Create a lesson plan on algal reefs for 6-year-old kids they're with the goal of raising awareness. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's make it simple. Let's try this first. Okay, objective, introduce young learners to algal reefs and help them understand the importance of these underwater ecosystems. Materials needed, introduction, welcome, warm-up activity related to ocean, pretending to swim, imitating sea creatures, discussion about reefs, 5 minutes, activity 1, what are algal reefs? Story time, read a simple story about algal reefs. I like the suggestions because stories are best for kids. Discussion, we have discussion time, second activity. Let's build an algal reef. I like the building algal reefs idea. Hands-on activities are the best for kids. So they're providing students with crayons, colored pencils, and to draw their own algal reefs. Interactive activities, always have small or group work activities. And then a conclusion, review, and closing activity, homework, okay. Also, you could do list some vocabularies. Okay, list vocabulary for this lesson, and provide perhaps Chinese. Provide Chinese translations, and provide sample sentences in English. Okay. All right, so you could say algal reef, 早教 English sentence. An algal reef is like an underwater garden made by special plants, okay, called algae, okay. Underwater ecosystem, okay. Chinese translation, I like this. Okay, sample sentences in English and Chinese, I like that. Okay? And some of the sentences are too difficult. But some are suitable. So, sea creatures like fish, crab, and snails live in algal reefs. Alright? Okay. Alright, so once you've tried it, I would like a screen capture. And let me see.
English. Chinese translation.
Okay, I would like you to post your, by group, I need to set up a group. Post your ChatGPT screen capture onto this Padlet board. I'll share this Padlet board on Facebook. And I would like you to help each other out with ChatGPT. Take a look at your group mates and share your own to your group mates. And we would be posting it by group. I'm going to set it up right now. Okay. So once you're done with ChatGPT, share what you have with your group. Yeah? What? Yeah, you could do lesson plan, you could do assessment, you could do like activity, anything you like, okay?
What should we do? Just make games with this?
Okay, I've added ChatGPT and algorithms. Go to the Padlet board and find your own section. Please change your own group names. Group A and section 2 would be Group B. Rename it. I think I'll rename this, but you're gonna add your own screen capture onto under your group.
Do you guys teach primary school or elementary? I need kindergarten.
Okay, there's 4 to 5 members in your group. I would like you to share within your group and choose 2 to post, okay?
So it may really easy for the elementary school.
You need to share
Under
first.
6 years old. Like this one.
English native, so I think here 6-year-old level, I think it's quite difficult for Taiwan students.
Yeah, maybe that would be better. So just capture this one and upload here. Thank you. But in this Chinese like explanation, I mean the Chinese explanation like professor service, like I mean the Chinese. But they didn't. Maybe it would be good.
You can give the ChatGPT the prompt.
Okay, I like Group B. Group B has done their job and they posted their lesson plan, but also a screen capture of the multiple choice. So your next task would be evaluate whether or not if ChatGPT is doing a good job. Add a comment onto it as well. Okay. If you need a bathroom break, you can go ahead. Yeah, it's very easy to copy and paste, but you need to be able to share what is the favorite part of this lesson that that ChatGPT created. If you agreed on perhaps what I like is the craft time, hands-on activity, and I also like the story time, age-appropriate book. But it says that read an age-appropriate book on ocean life and algal reefs. but it's not saying which one. So you could also prompt ChatGPT if they have, if it has recommendations, right? This could go on further.
So it has a paste.
How are we doing? Do you like it? So yeah, to quickly share, you've shared each other's ChatGPT searches. On the last post, I would like you to give some comments about your search, the results. Whether or not you think it's good, it's useful, not useful. How about the multiple choice that ChatGPT has created? Can you use that? Are those good questions, good options?
Because at my university, it's like no. Because you
Yeah, post something that are super useful. Okay, post something that are super useful.
I think it's yeah.
Maybe it's
Gets it,
like
just the
captured.
most.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me help you.
oh, thank you.
Like here. Is it egg? Where?
Maybe it can be wrong.
哎，为什么他没有？为了给你，为什么他跑不出来？
Oh, I got it.
那个是上一张
That one, that one. Ah, thank you.
Okay, we're still waiting for group B and group F and group H. But also we
but
need
it's too small.
reflections
I think
for group C, group D, group E. I need your reflections on comments on the ChatGPT.
this is a small one, and I need the old pages. Maybe I'm gonna just copy and paste.
Ah, it's always No, check this out. Copilot.ai. This one. What is it
All right. Okay, moving along. Okay, where's Group F? Do we have Group F?
What is this? Reflection of using ChatGPT.
Oh, Group E, I like it.
Do we have to?
ChatGPT is so useful, especially for us to have a big curiosity. It's it not only could help us answer everything that we could never think of, and also play as a language translator. Okay. Instant access to vast amount of information in a wide scope of topics. All right. Okay, any group would like to share something that they found super useful that they posted? Any group? We need volunteers. Any group would like to volunteer? Which group has not had points for this class yet? Nobody, no. Anyone? All right, I'm going to, I'll read over your post and your reflections as well, and I'll give you some feedback, okay? So, it's almost time, and we haven't done our refugee and AMIS activity yet. So, I have posted a Miro link here, but before we do so, let me show you what I would like you to do, and we'll use next week's class time. Okay, let's see. Let me do this. Sorry. Okay. This class ends at 3:20, right? So I only have 5 minutes left. All right, next week, I noticed that some groups have already watched the video and they're ready to discuss and analyze the video. Some have not, especially we have newcomers joining this week. What I would like you to do, this is not homework, but watching the video is. So if you haven't watched the video, please take some time to watch the video this week, so that next week, first thing in class, we're gonna come to Miro. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to analyze the video, not analyze, but go through the video, which parts are, highlight the parts that you like about their teaching, put focus on the interactive parts, and also storytelling or question and answering interactions between the teacher and the students. Focus on students, whether or not they're able to produce the answers or speak up. Also, you could take a look at what sort of activities were conducted in that class that you like. Do screen captures so that you could do a mind map on Mirror. And so this is what we're gonna do first thing next week. And this is just an example. Next week I will be showing this. This is some other class, and let's see. And wait, this is not. What we're doing is, fit to screen, not fit to screen. Where's the, we are going to have each group, we're going to go over each group's analysis and presentation. And I like this the most because you can see it's a mind map and also screen captures of the video. Their group names, right? Their people. You could copy and paste your group photo here with your names. analyzing the lesson plan. You see here they have warm up, they have how to solve the crisis. They have the content of introducing different types of bears and what actually was done by the teacher. They have group that appearance, habitat, food type, endangered crisis, and analyzing what was done in that video and what they liked about the video, and the parts where the teacher used Chinese to discuss. Because for the video that I shared, the goal is for them to first of all know the issue, the content, but also to improve their English skills, right? English reading, listening, speaking, and perhaps writing. So we would like the teachers to be able to deliver the lessons in English, but they do need some Chinese explanations to help the students when they don't understand, right? So what sort of, when do the teachers use Chinese in the lesson? And how much English is used in that lesson? So you can kind of gauge, and analyze which parts are best suitable for 100% English instruction only, which parts requires Chinese explanation, and that. So this is for next week because we don't have time to finish it this week. So remember, go to your Facebook, week 2, and watch these 2 videos. Get ready to fill out Miro first thing next week. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for your participation.
This is homework and we do it next time.